If you're a gym owner, there is a very strong chance that you are using AI in a very inefficient way. In this video, I'm going to share with you not only how to use AI better than probably 99% of other gyms, but most likely more than 99% of everyone else that is currently using. I'm going to introduce you to this concept and idea of thinking about AI as like a production line. So rather than there being one big task that you give to an AI, you are now going to break everything down into these little micro tasks. The production line is what really bolstered the Industrial Revolution when it first came around, so that you took hundreds of people, each one responsible for these tiny little details, and at the end of it came a car. You didn't just have one person that went and made the entire car, and AI is very similar. What you want to be doing is, rather than just giving one generic prompt to an AI and saying, can you do everything? It's thinking about how we can break this down. So we're going to use the example of email writing. So within email writing, you've got ideation, you've got headline writing, you've got the actual body of the copy, you've got the framework to think about, you've got your target audience, you've got your branding, you've got your call to action, you've got a quality assessment, you've got spell check, you've got all these different elements that you probably don't think about as you're writing them, but each one is a very specific job. So if we can create an AI every step of the way that is going to be hyper specialized in just that one task, your output at the end is going to be significantly better and more predictable. So as I said, we want to think about this as like a factory. So everything here has one very specific job. So you've got an AI whose only job is research. You've got an AI whose only job is writing headlines for your emails. So it has no other concept. It doesn't know how to do anything else. You train it purely just to know how to create headlines. And you can do that for every step way. So like I said, if you write an email and just to give it, say like, write me an email about fat loss for men over 40, you're going to get a very specific, a very vague output effective. Whereas if you could run that through a team of agents that workflow it, what you're going to get out at the end is going to be significantly better. So this email becomes a workflow. So I said, so you have your research agent that goes into what angle you're going to take on it, what the subject's going to be, what particular framework we're going to write about, that then drafts it out, then injects your brand into it before finally you have a quality assessor that looks through the entire flow. Obviously, this then comes to you and you do one final check. The other beauty with this is if anything, it does feel off to you, you can then also improve that one specific part. So if you're like, actually the entire topic was garbage, you improve your research agent and you have this feedback loop and the AI and everything actually learns as go. So the beauty with this is then we can turn this into an automation. It's not just a one-off task. You can have this because it's a predictable workflow. You know the output's going to be quality. You can turn this into a workflow. So you can have this, say, 7 o'clock every morning. Your research agent kicks off, goes and scours the internet to find relevant news articles, Reddit articles, anything on the internet to do with men over 40 who are looking to lose it. It will find that specific avatar, what they're asking questions about, and will find topics to write about. It will pass that on, create a few different ideas, and you get the idea. By the end of the, a few minutes, you will have this full email written out. So when you wake up and you log in for the first time, the email is already written. You can then just approve it yourself and send it. And then the quality of this then becomes not an option. So you have these quality checks every step of the way. So not just by you, but by a dedicated agent who then checks the work of other agents rather than just being the one-off. So this then becomes a predictable workflow, which means it gives you peace of mind and it's a better output at the end. So this works for everything. So obviously we've used emails, but this works for social media content. This works for client check-ins, your ads management, even creating video scripts, follow-up messages, like all of these different bits. And everything is then broken down into these teeny tiny micro decisions. So you have a workflow for every agent. So this is ultimately what we have made with our agents. Everything inside of Ravini has been built with workflows behind it. So when you come to our email agent, it looks like you're just speaking to a generic AI, but you're not. Behind the scenes, when you're prompting this, when you're speaking to it, it has all of these different agents in the background that it then runs this workflow through. So while on the face of it, it looks very easy for you, on the back end, it's got all this stuff going on. And we've applied that to absolutely everything. So your meta ads AI, your lead gen AI, your customer check-in, your email writing, your social media content, all of them have these chains of workflows and prompts behind them. So what looks like one agent is probably 5, 6, 7, 8 agents running in a workflow to produce high quality output for you. So we give you a completely free 14-day free trial with Ravini. There's no card needed. We don't bill you automatically at the end of that 14 days. So you can go come and have a play, see if this is going to work for you. We'll set you up with an onboarding call afterwards. Like I said, there's quite a lot to it. Depends on what you want to get the most out of it, whether it's a CRM system, a booking system, a payment system, whether it's to do your clients' nutrition and workouts, whether it's emails, website hosting, whatever it is. So there's a lot to it. So we'll set you up with an onboarding call to make sure that you make the most out of it. After that 14 days, it starts at £50 a month, and that gives you access to absolutely everything. So it means if you're using something like Go High Level or Go Team Up, just replacing one of those bits of software, it's going to save you money, as well as all the other time and effort that this is going to save you by having all these teams of agents that are now going to be working for your job. There'll be a link in the description below. Any questions, just let me know, and we'll catch you on the other side.